press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello students, welcome back to the video classes. Today let us move on to part 3 of amines. In the previous class we discussed about some methods of preparation of amines, that is by the reduction of nitro compounds, ammonolysis of alkyl halides and reduction of nitriles. Today let us move on to the next method of preparation, that is fourth method, reduction of amides. Reduction of amides. And you know the functional group of amides, it is CONH2. So general reaction, let me write. So RCONH2, it is nothing but amide, alkyl amide. When it undergoes reduction, we need to use the reducing agent here, and the reducing agent here may be it is lithium aluminium hydride, and it is followed by hydrolysis, or even you can use sodium in alcohol, that is ethyl alcohol. Clear? So you can use reducing agent here, lithium aluminium hydride, and followed by the hydrolysis, and you can use sodium in alcohol as a reducing agent, so that it reduces by using nascent hydrogen, it reduces CO2 CH2. So RCH2 NH2 with the formation of water, and it is nothing but primary amine. It's nothing but primary amine. So amide is get reduced to primary amine. Here you can prepare both aliphatic and aromatic primary amines. It is the method to prepare primary amines, both aliphatic and aromatic, by the reduction of respective amide. Now, if you replace R by methyl group, then you can say, see here, CH3 CONH2. What is the common name for this? This is an example, first example. You can take, it is acetamide. Acetamide is the common name. Two carbon atoms are there. Ethanamide. Ethanamide is the IUPAC name. So it undergoes reduction in presence of lithium aluminium hydride and followed by hydrolysis. So this is the reaction takes place here. Then so CO is converted to CH2 and one oxygen is converted in the form of H2O. Therefore, if we want to balance the equation, means it demands 4 nascent hydrogen. Here also 4 nascent hydrogen reduces ethanamide to ethanamine with the formation of water. So what is the common name here? Ethyl amine or ethanamine. Ethanamine is the IUPAC name. So no change in the number of carbon atoms here. Acetamide or ethanamide is converted to ethanamine. Ethanamide to ethanamine. So CO group of the amide is get reduced to CH2 either by using sodium in alcohol as a reducing agent or by using the common reducing agent, say lithium aluminium hydride. And the second example we can take here, C6H5CONH2, aromatic amide called benzenamide. So it also undergoes reduction in presence of lithium aluminium hydride and followed by hydrolysis. So what you get? You'll get C6H5CH2NH2 with the formation of water. So here it is benzyl amine. Or you can say phenyl methanamine is the IUPAC name, or benzyl amine. See here, you can prepare aliphatic primary amine, aromatic primary amine. In this aromatic primary amine, you can prepare alkyl amine. You cannot prepare the aryl amine here. Aryl amine, you cannot prepare aryl amine, but you can prepare benzyl amine or the alkyl amine. So this is one more method for the preparation of primary amines. By using this, you can prepare aliphatic primary amine and also aromatic primary amine, in which it is alkyl amine. Okay. Now let us move on to the next method of preparation. This is one more method. So note down the general reaction and take down the examples. Okay. Now move on to the fifth method here. Fifth one. So fifth method of preparation, that is Gabriel thalamide reaction. Gabriel thalamide reaction. So this is a very important reaction because it is named reaction. Since it is a named reaction, this reaction is very important. Gabriel, the name of chemist who prepared the amine by using thalamide, and hence the name is called Gabriel thalamide reaction. Very important reaction. So in this reaction, take thalamide, phthalic acid. You heard about the phthalic acid. So this is thalamide. Okay. So it should be react with alcoholic solution of KOH. Alcoholic means ethanolic solution. So commonly used alcohol in a organic reaction is ethanol. Therefore you can also say alcoholic or ethanolic. When thalamide, this compound is called thalamide. Why it is imide? NH group is there. NH2 group is amide, NH group is imide. This is thalamide. When it is treated with ethanolic KOH, what you get? So OH and H eliminates here. With the elimination of water, you will get a compound. You will get a compound like this, CO, N minus and K plus. This is called potassium salt of thalamide. Potassium salt of thalamide. Okay. Now, when this potassium salt of thalamide, when it reacts with alkyl halide, so K plus X minus combines to give potassium halide, eliminates, and it results in the formation of this compound. So it results in the formation of, you will get CO, N, this becomes R. So in place of K, R gets substituted here. This is the anion produced by the thalamide. This is the anion of thalamide. This replaces the halide ion here. So this is nothing but a nucleophilic substitution reaction. Nucleophilic substitution takes place between potassium salt of thalamide and the alkyl halide. So alkyl halide, cleavage of the bond takes place, and here it replaces, it is nothing but a anion of the thalamide is replaced by another anion, hence it is the nucleophilic substitution, and it undergoes nucleophilic substitution to give N-alkyl thalamide. N-alkyl thalamide. N-alkyl phthalimide. N-alkyl. Directly to the nitrogen atom, alkyl group is attached, hence it is called N-alkyl phthalimide. So formed N-alkyl phthalimide is subjected to alkali hydrolysis by using strong base like NaOH. Here the acid hydrolysis does not take place because phthalimide is a derivative of phthalic acid. So this is acidic, it is a derivative of phthalic acid. Therefore here we need to go with what? The alkali hydrolysis. How the alkali hydrolysis takes place? By using sodium hydroxide. So it undergoes alkali hydrolysis with sodium hydroxide. So 2 moles of sodium hydroxide you need to take. So 2 moles of sodium hydroxide, it undergoes alkali hydrolysis. Alkali hydrolysis. Alkali hydrolysis of N-alkyl phthalimide takes place. So this bond undergoes cleavage. Okay, and this bond also undergoes cleavage. See here, CON bond and CON bond. Both the bonds undergoes cleavage, and here ONA and here H and here ONA and here it is H. Then what you get? RNH2, this becomes COONA. So sodium phthalate, it is a salt of, so you will get RNH2. This is primary amine, and with the formation of sodium phthalate. With the formation of sodium phthalate. Okay, with the formation of sodium phthalate. COONA, COO minus, Na plus, COO minus, Na plus. So salt of phthalic acid. After the alkali hydrolysis of N-alkyl phthalimide, you will get primary amine RNH2 with the formation of sodium salt of phthalic acid. This is sodium phthalate. Byproduct is sodium phthalate. Sodium phthalate. So this is about the one more method for the preparation of primary amine. Remember, this is not a method. Or aryl amines, we cannot prepare aryl amines by this method. So we cannot prepare aryl amines by this method. The reason for that is aryl amines or aryl halides does not undergo nucleophilic substitution reaction with the anion produced by the phthalimide. So anion whatever produced by phthalimide, with that the aryl halide does not undergo nucleophilic substitution, because in order to prepare aryl amine we need to take here aryl halide, but aryl halide does not undergo nucleophilic substitution reaction with the anion produced by phthalimide. Okay. So therefore it is not a method to prepare aryl amine. We cannot prepare aryl amine by using this method. The reason is aryl halides cannot undergo nucleophilic substitution reaction with the anion produced by phthalimide. Okay. So this is about the methods of preparation of aliphatic primary amine. You can prepare benzyl amines by using this, because benzyl halides also undergo what? Nucleophilic substitution like that of alkyl halide. So you can prepare benzyl amines, but you cannot prepare aryl amine. Aryl amine we cannot prepare. So this is phthalimide, Gabriel phthalimide reaction. General reaction is also very important here. So here we are using alcoholic solution of KOH. Now how to prepare methylamine here? So to prepare methylamine, you have to take methyl halide, which is the highly reactive methyl halide. So the highly reactive methyl halide is methyl iodide. So if you replace this by methyl iodide, you'll get potassium iodide here, byproduct. First you have to take phthalimide, you need to treat it with alcoholic KOH, you will get potassium salt of phthalimide, then it should be react with methyl iodide. With the elimination of potassium iodide, you will get N-methyl phthalimide. What is this? N-methyl phthalimide, that is the product. So you will get N-methyl phthalimide. Okay. So when N-ethyl phthalimide undergoes alkali hydrolysis in presence of sodium hydroxide, what you get? You will get methylamine, that is CH3NH2. It is nothing but methylamine. So this is the product. It is an aliphatic amine. Then how to prepare ethylamine? By taking ethyl halide here. You can take ethyl iodide, ethyl chloride, ethyl bromide. Since methyl iodide is highly reactive, iodides are highly reactive, I took methyl iodide. Even you can use bromide and the chloride also. So in order to prepare ethylamine, you have to take ethyl halide. To prepare propylamine, you have to take propyl halide. So if respective alkyl halide gives respective amines here, and this reaction is nothing but Gabriel-Phthalimide reaction. So Gabriel-Phthalimide reaction. So this is the example. Take down the example. First you write down the general reaction for Gabriel-Phthalimide reaction. Then you take down the example how to prepare methylamine. So how do you prepare methylamine from phthalimide, or how do you prepare methylamine by Gabriel-Phthalimide reaction? That will be the question for your annual theory. So you have to write both general reaction and also example. Okay. Now write on the next method. It is nothing but, move on to the next method, sixth one. So sixth one, Hoffman bromamide, degradation reaction. What is the name of the reaction? Hoffman bromamide degradation reaction. So in this reaction we have to take amide RCONH2. This is amide. It should be react with bromine in presence of sodium hydroxide. Either you can take aqueous NaOH or you can take ethanolic NaOH. So amide is treated with bromine and aqueous or alcoholic or ethanolic NaOH. So this mixture is heated. Instead of NaOH, even you can take KOH also. Even you can take KOH. So amide is heated with bromine and ethanolic or aqueous NaOH. So then what the reaction takes place here? Amide gets converted to primary amine. Amide gets converted to primary amine, so that CO gets converted to CO group of amide gets converted to respective carbonate. Either in the form of sodium carbonate it eliminates, or in the form of potassium carbonate. So if you use sodium hydroxide, it eliminates, the CO group eliminates in the form of sodium carbonate. If you take potassium hydroxide, it eliminates in the form of potassium carbonate. Then what you get? Na2CO3 with the formation of NaBr and water. Now balance the equation. So to 1 mole of bromine is there, therefore 2 moles of sodium bromide it gives, and therefore you need to take 4 moles of NaOH and it gives 2 moles of water. So this is the balanced equation of Hofmann bromamide degradation reaction. I'll give the reason why this reaction is called degradation. Before that, let me explain the equation once again. When amide is heated with bromine and alcoholic or ethanolic or aqueous NaOH, so amide gets converted to primary amine. During this reaction, the CO group of the amide eliminates in the form of respective carbonate, either sodium carbonate or the potassium carbonate. So this reaction is called Hofmann bromamide reaction. But why it is called Hofmann bromamide degradation reaction? Because here we have 2 carbon atoms in amide, but so formed primary amine containing 1 carbon atom less. It contains 1 carbon atom less. The primary amine containing 1 carbon atom less than the parent amide means this reaction involves descent of series, because the primary amine so formed contain 1 carbon atom less. This reaction is called Hofmann bromamide degradation reaction. Why it is called degradation? Because the product primary amine containing 1 carbon atom less than the corresponding parent amide. So why? Because the CO group of the amide eliminates in the form of respective carbonate. Hagagi amine alli 1 carbon atom enagutte decrease agutte. Okay, and again during this Hofmann bromamide degradation reaction, migration of this alkyl group takes place. Migration of this alkyl group takes place from carbonyl carbon to nitrogen. Illi migration agutte. Yav group migrate agutte? Alkyl athwa aryl group. So illi aliphatic amide adru tagobodu, aromatic amide adru tagolbodu. So this is the method to prepare both aliphatic and aromatic primary amine. We cannot prepare secondary and the tertiary, but we can prepare both aliphatic amine and the aryl amine here. So by changing the amide here, aliphatic amide tagondre aliphatic amine barutte, aromatic amide tagondre aromatic amine barutte. So during the reaction, the alkyl or the aryl group, the migration of the alkyl or the aryl group takes place from carbonyl carbon to nitrogen, carbonyl carbon to nitrogen. So for that I will give the mechanism of the reaction. So write down the mechanism if you want. RCO NH, first it reacts with bromine and 1 bromine replaces here, RCO NH Br plus HBr. So 1 bromine here eliminates, and this is called N-bromoamide. N-bromoamide. Okay. Now this N-bromoamide, so NHBr reacts with KOH, and this hydrogen combines with OH to give RCON, and it retains the lone pair of electron. Already we know that this nitrogen containing lone pair of electron, in amide nitrogen containing lone pair of electron, when it reacts with alcoholic NaOH, we can take here. So you can take NaOH, as I have given NaOH. So NaOH, the OH combines with this H plus, so that it retains a pair of electron on the nitrogen. So it retains a pair of electron on the nitrogen with the elimination of water. So 1 molecule of water eliminates here. Okay. So this is the second step. So removal of water takes place, but in a reaction mixture there is Na plus. Na plus retains in the reaction mixture. Na plus is there in the reaction mixture. Now this compound RCONBr. So this compound, in this compound, this is an intermediate. Migration of this alkyl group takes place. See here, migration of this alkyl group takes place from carbonyl carbon to nitrogen, carbonyl carbon to nitrogen, so that it forms a bond with the nitrogen, and simultaneous delocalization of this lone pair of electron takes place, because nitrogen is trivalent, along with which containing lone pair of electron. Already nitrogen containing two lone pair of electron, and the migration of this alkyl group along with the bond takes place from carbonyl carbon to nitrogen, and simultaneous displacement of the bond takes place on the bromine, and bromine gets the negative charge, and this bromine combines with Na plus to give NaBr. Then what the compound you will get? Rn. So Rn double bond C double bond O. So Rn double bond C double bond O, and this is called alkyl isocyanate with the formation of NaBr. With the formation of NaBr. Alkyl isocyanate you will get with the formation of NaBr. Now the next step is, in the next step, what you get? So this alkyl isocyanate combines with NaOH, and it gives 2 moles of NaOH. It gives sodium carbonate. So you will get RNH2 with the formation of sodium carbonate. So carbonyl group of amide eliminates when it gets converted to alkyl isocyanate, and it eliminates in the form of respective carbonate. 2 moles I took here, Na2CO3, 1 oxygen, 2 oxygen, and 2 hydrogen atoms are satisfies the valency of a nitrogen, and that gives a primary amine. And in the first step we left with hydrogen bromide. It neutralizes with NaOH, and that results in the formation of NaBr plus H2O. If you add these reactions, you will get the final reaction as RCONH2 plus Br2, 4 NaOH we utilized here, 1, 2 plus 2, 4 molecules of NaOH gives primary amine, 1 molecule of sodium carbonate, 2 molecules of sodium bromide, and 2 molecules of water. So you can add all these reactions. It involves 5 steps, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So this is the mechanism of Hofmann bromamide degradation reaction. So in this reaction, as I said, migration of the alkyl group takes place from carbonyl carbon to nitrogen, carbonyl carbon to nitrogen. So for your convenience, even you can write this as C double bond O, because the carbonyl group is C double bond O here. So therefore you will get R N double bond. Because of the displacement of electron, you will get double bond between nitrogen and carbon. So double bond carbon, double bond oxygen, and this is called alkyl isocyanate. From alkyl isocyanate, the carbonyl group eliminates in the form of carbonate, and this is the mechanism of Hofmann bromamide degradation reaction. So these are the methods to prepare the primary amine, aliphatic and aromatic amines. Let us move on to the examples for this. So note down these reactions and let us move on to the examples for Hofmann bromamide reaction. So let us move on to the example. Take down the first example. Let me take acetamide. Acetamide. What is the IUPAC name? Ethanamide. Ethanamide is the IUPAC name. 2 carbon atoms are there. When it is heated with bromine in presence of alcoholic or aqueous NaOH on heating. This symbol of heating is very important. So it undergoes reaction to give methylamine, that is methanamine, and 1 molecule of sodium carbonate, 2 molecules of NaBr and 2 molecules of water. So this is the balanced equation. Now consider here ethanamide gets converted to methanamine. So methanamine is a primary amine. So there is a reduction in 1 carbon. Then how to prepare ethanamine? You have to take propanamide. How to prepare propanamide? By taking butanamide, means amide containing 1 carbon atom more than the amine. ಯಾವ ಅಮೈನ್ ಬೇಕೋ ಅದ್ರಗಿಂತ ಅಮೈಡಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಏನಿರಬೇಕು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಅಮೈಡ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಕಂಟೈನಿಂಗ್ 1 carbon atom more than the respective amine. So therefore it is the degradation reaction, Hofmann bromamide degradation reaction. And move on to the second example. Let us take C6H5CONH2 benzenamide. Benzenamide when it is heated with bromine in presence of NaOH on heating, what you get? So you will get C6H5NH2, that is aniline with the formation of sodium carbonate and 2 moles of NaBr and 2 H2O. So this is about the preparation of aryl amine. So how do you prepare aniline? By Hofmann bromamide reaction. You have to write this equation directly by taking benzenamide. Benzenamide should be treated with bromine in presence of alcoholic NaOH. Okay. Now this is about the methods of preparation of primary amines and aliphatic and aromatic primary amines. Now let us move on to some questions of your NCERT text. So there are some questions in your NCERT text, that is in-text questions. Some are solved questions and some are unsolved questions. Let us consider the first one. So in exercise 13.2, that is in unsolved questions, in-text question. So there is one question that give the possible isomers and the IUPAC name of the compound with the molecular formula C4H11N. So the question is like this: give the possible isomers and IUPAC name of the compounds with the formula C4H11N. Molecular formula of the compound is given. We need to write the possible isomers of this compound and we need to identify the nature of the isomers and we have to give the IUPAC name. So let me give the primary amines first. Primary amines. Primary amines of the formula CH3CH2 CH2NH2. So this is butanamine. IUPAC name is asked there, butanamine. First one. Second one, just you branch the chain, CH2NH2. This is 2-methyl propanamine, propane 1-amine. Okay. Now third one, this is butane 1-amine, because for the first carbon amino group is attached, and the third one you can give CH3, CHNH2, CH2, CH3, 1, 2, 3, 4, butane 2-amine, butane 2-amine, and the fourth one is CH3, 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 NH2. You can name it as 2-methyl propane 2-amine. So 2-methyl propane 2-amine is the IUPAC name. So we can write 4 primary isomers. Move on to the secondary amines. Secondary amines. So the first one, CH3NH, C2H5NH, that is ethyl. C2H5NH, C2H5. So you can name it as N-ethyl ethanamine. N-ethyl ethanamine. Second one, CH3NH, CH2, CH2, CH3, N-methyl propanamine. N-methyl propanamine is the second one, secondary amine. And the third one here is CH3NH, CH, CH3, CH3, 1, 2, 3, that is N-methyl propane 2-amine. NH group is at the second carbon, therefore N-methyl propane 2-amine is the IUPAC name. And if you move on to the common name here, diethylamine, N-propyl methylamine, isopropyl methyl, methyl isopropylamine, and here methyl N-propyl. So there is a change in the alkyl group. And we can move on to the tertiary amines. Tertiary amine, CH3, N, CH3, C2H5. You can name it as NN dimethyl ethanamine. NN dimethyl ethanamine. So this is about the tertiary amine. So total isomers, 4 isomers primary, 3 are secondary, 1 is tertiary. So 1 isomer is tertiary. So for the given formula C4H11N, we can write 8 isomers. So in which this formula can give chain isomers. So these two are chain isomers. 1 and 2 are chain isomers, or you can say 1 and 4 are chain isomers. So it gives chain isomerism. It also gives position isomerism. See here, 1 and 3 are position isomers. Butane 1-amine, butane 2-amine. These two are position isomers. And again, so these two are position isomers, and this is also position isomers. So secondary amine only second and third one are position isomers, because this is N-methyl propane 1 amine and this is N-methyl propane 2 amine. Therefore, these two also forms the position isomers. And we can move on to the functional isomers. Functional isomers here, all the primary amines are the functional isomers of all secondary and the tertiary amines, because here NH2 group and here NH group and here N. Primary amino, secondary amino and tertiary nitrogen functional group. Therefore, all the primary amines are the functional isomers of secondary amines and the tertiary amines. So, they also exhibit functional isomerism. But not only that, they also exhibit metamerism. So, especially the secondary amines exhibit metamerism. These three are the metamers, because the arrangement of the alkyl group on either sides of the functional group are different. Therefore, 1, 2, 3, these three are the secondary amines are metamers. Diethylamine, methyl N-propylamine, methyl isopropyl amine, they also exhibit metamerism. Clear? So, this is the first question in 13.2. So, where we need to write the isomers, possible isomers and also the IUPAC name, and we need to give the nature of the isomers. So, this is about the first question. So, let us move on to let us move on to the next question here, that is 13.3 unsolved questions. So, the question is, how will you convert first question is benzene to aniline. Benzene to aniline. How to convert benzene to aniline? So, benzene is the main reacting molecule here. We need to convert benzene to aniline. So, in the methods of preparation, 6 methods of preparation, maybe the ammonolysis it may be, or it may be the reduction from amide, or any of the 6 methods. So, the starting material is not benzene, it is a basic aromatic hydrocarbon. So, then how to convert this? Very simple. So, take benzene, treat it with a mixture of concentrated nitric acid and concentrated sulfuric acid. You know this reaction? This mixture is called nitrating mixture, and the benzene undergoes nitration, electrophilic substitution reaction, and you will get nitrobenzene. Now, you know how to convert nitrobenzene to aniline. How to convert nitrobenzene to aniline now? So, reduction of nitro compound. So, you can use either metal in acidic medium as a reducing agent, even you can go with the lithium aluminum hydride, and even you can go with the catalytic hydrogenation. But so commonly used one is iron in HCl, because as I said, it is preferred as we are using scrap iron and a very small amount of HCl to start the reaction. So, nitrobenzene gets reduced here by using 6 nascent hydrogen. So, that we need to write here. It undergoes a reduction in presence of hydrogen, nascent hydrogen, by using Fe and HCl, scrap iron. So, it gets converted to aniline with the formation of water. How many moles of water? 4 moles of water. 2 moles of water. So, 2 moles of water. So, this is about the conversion of benzene to aniline. And the second one is benzene to N, dimethyl aniline. N, dimethyl aniline. So you know how to convert benzene to aniline. Just to take the same compound aniline. First we need to convert benzene to aniline. Then we have to convert aniline to NN-dimethyl aniline. So aniline should be subjected to ammonolysis. Ammonolysis means reaction with alkyl halide. So as it is a nucleophile, when it reacts with 2 moles of methyl iodide. So with 1 mole of methyl iodide, what you get? So CH3, with the elimination of Hi, you will get one of the hydrogen atom is replaced by NHCH3. What is this called? N-methyl aniline. First it gives N-methyl aniline and further it reacts with one more molecule of methyl iodide. With the elimination of Hi, that is hydrogen iodide, you will get 2 moles of the N-N-dimethyl aniline. So N-N-dimethyl aniline. First we need to convert benzene to aniline. On treating aniline with 2 moles of methyl halide. So mainly you can take methyl iodide as it is highly reactive. When it reacts with 2 moles of methyl iodide, the 2 hydrogen atoms of aniline, NH2 group of aniline is replaced by methyl and it gives N-N-dimethyl aniline. So this reaction is ammonolysis. This is ammonolysis, and the first reaction is reduction from nitro compound. First we need to convert, the same reaction we need to write. After getting aniline, you have to go with the ammonolysis, reduction and the ammonolysis. Clear? Now move on to the third conversion. Third conversion. Third conversion is conversion of ClCH2 4 times Cl, that is ClCH2 CH2 CH2Cl to NH2 CH2 6 times NH2, that is, what is this compound? 1, 2, 3, 4. That is butane, 1, 4, dichlorobutane. It is 1, 4 dichlorobutane. So you have to convert 1, 4 dichlorobutane to 1, 4 dichlorobutane to hexamethylene diamine. Hexamethylene diamine. You need to convert but to hex. But to hex means increase in 2 carbon atoms. So ascent of series daily. So 1, 4 dichlorobutane na hexane 1, 6 diamine agi convert ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Then how to convert? You know the nucleophilic substitution. So by using nucleophilic substitution, we can increase the number of carbon atoms here. How? So take dichlorobutane, treat it with 2 moles of potassium cyanide, that is alcoholic potassium cyanide, with the elimination of 2 moles of KCl. Substitution takes place. Cl is replaced by Cn. Chlorides are converted to cyanides. Dichlorides are converted to dicyanides. That you have examples in haloalkanes and haloarenes. You studied about the nucleophilic substitution reactions of alkyl halides, where you can convert alkyl halides to respective cyanides by treating it with alcoholic potassium cyanide. If you take silver cyanide, you will get isocyanide, but here you required the amine, therefore you have to take potassium cyanide. So Cl is replaced by cyanide. Then what you get? Cn CH2 4 times Cn. So reduction of cyanides. Cyanides when undergoes reduction in presence of lithium aluminium hydride. So when it undergoes reduction in presence of lithium aluminium hydride, both carbon and nitrogen undergoes reduction, correct? So carbon is reduced to CH2, nitrogen is reduced to NH2. What you get? NH2, CH2, CH2 4 times CH2, NH2. So reduction of cyanide to respective amine. So Cn is reduced to CH2, NH2. Carbon to CH2, nitrogen to NH2. You will get primary amine. There is an increase in the number of carbon atom by 2 units. Now you can write it as NH2, CH2 6 times NH2, hexamethylene diamine. So this is the method to convert 1,4-dichlorobutane to hexane 1,6 diamine. Clear? Now let us move on to the next question here. Move on to the next. In 13.1, that is a solved question. So 13.1 in text solved question, there is a question, write the chemical equations for the following. Write the chemical equations for the following. So first question is, you need to write the chemical equation for the reaction of ethyl chloride. You need to give the reaction. You need to write the chemical equation for the reaction between ethyl chloride with alcoholic ammonia. So ethyl chloride, reaction of ethyl chloride with alcoholic ammonia. So with alcoholic ammonia means it is nothing but ammonolysis. It is nothing but ammonolysis. Now let us write the ammonolysis. Ethanolic ammonia reacts with ethyl chloride. So ethyl chloride with ethanolic ammonia. This is ammonolysis, you can say. So take ammonia NH3 reacts with ethyl chloride. So first with the elimination of HCl, you will get what you get, C2H5NH2 ethyl amine. Okay, then it reacts with one more molecule as it is a nucleophile. Again undergoes nucleophilic substitution reaction with one more molecule of ethyl chloride. Then what you get? Diethyl amine. Further it reacts with one more molecule of ethyl chloride and you will get triethyl amine. Again it is a nucleophile. Therefore it combines with one more molecule of ethyl chloride. Then you will get tetraethyl ammonium chloride. So what is this called? Tetraethyl ammonium chloride. It is a quaternary salt. It is a quaternary salt and you have studied this in the nucleophilic substitution reactions of haloalkanes. So alkylation, or you can call it as ammonolysis. So successive hydrogen atoms successively replaced by alkyl group and finally you will get a quaternary ammonium salt. Okay, so ethylamine, diethylamine, triethylamine and quaternary ammonium salt. This reaction can be used in order to identify the primary or the secondary amine. We can identify whether the given amine is primary or the secondary. So how? When a primary amine, for the conversion to primary amine, if a given compound utilizes, if a given amine utilizes 2 moles of alkyl halide for its conversion anta helidre, then you can say 2 moles after utilizing 2 moles of alkyl halide, what you get? Secondary amine here, correct? So then the compound is secondary amine. If a compound utilizes 3 moles anta helidre, this is tertiary amine. So tertiary amine you will get. So for the conversion of alkyl halide to tertiary amine, it consumes 3 moles. On the basis of how many moles of alkyl halide consumed, so you can identify the amine. In a reaction, only 1 mole of alkyl halide is consumed, then the amine is primary amine. If it consumes 2 moles of alkyl halide, then it is secondary. If it consumes 3 moles of alkyl halide, then it is tertiary. If it consumes 4 moles of alkyl halide, then it is quaternary ammonium salt. In that way, you can identify the amines also. Okay, now let us move on to the second reaction, ammonolysis of benzyl chloride. First, you have to go with the ammonolysis of benzyl chloride. Ammonolysis of benzyl chloride means treating ammonia with alcoholic ammonia with benzyl chloride. So take ammonia, alcoholic, treat it with benzyl chloride, C6H5 CH2Cl, with the elimination of HCl, what you get? C6H5 CH2NH2. This is benzyl amine. Benzyl amine. So this is the second question there. Second one, conversion of or the reaction of benzyl chloride with alcoholic ammonia, or ammonolysis of benzyl chloride takes place, and after ammonolysis with one molecule you will get benzyl amine. Further it must be react with, or you need to convert ammonolysis of benzyl chloride and reaction of this amine so formed with 2 moles of methyl chloride. So a benzyl amine so formed must react with 2 moles of methyl chloride. It must react with, the so formed amine must react with 2 moles of methyl chloride. So since we have 2 hydrogen atoms in a amino group, both the hydrogen atoms are replaced by methyl group, then what you get? C6H5 CH2N CH3 twice. So this is the product that you get. So this is the product, tertiary amine. So you will get tertiary amine after treating it with 2 moles of methyl chloride. Now you name the compound C6H5. I will write the compound like this, C6H5 CH2N CH3 CH3. This becomes the root word. N comma N dimethyl, N comma N dimethyl, and what is the name? Phenyl methanamine. Phenyl methanamine. Phenyl substituted methanamine. So N comma N dimethyl phenyl methanamine is the final product which is obtained after the ammonolysis of benzyl chloride with ammonia, followed by reaction of so formed amine with 2 moles of methyl chloride. So this is the final product after the reaction. So this is one more question in your text. And let us move on to the next one, 13.2. 13.2. This is also in text solved question. What's the question given? The question is, write the chemical equation for the following conversions. So you need to convert ethyl chloride to propanamide and benzyl chloride to the reaction. See here, first one, ethyl chloride, CH3 CH2Cl2 CH3 CH2 CH2NH2, ethyl chloride to propanamide, and the second conversion is C6H5 CH2Cl, that is benzyl chloride to C6H5 CH2CH2NH2. So this is the conversion. For this conversion you need to write the chemical equation. In both the conversions, the product containing one carbon atom more than the parent substrate molecule. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ethyl chloride ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ propanamine ಇದೆ, ಅಂದರೆ one carbon atom increase ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ one carbon atom increase ಆಗಬೇಕು. Then how to convert? Write the equation. CH3 CH2Cl undergoes nucleophilic substitution reaction with alcoholic potassium cyanide with the elimination of KCl. What you get? CH3 CH2Cl, respective cyanides. When cyanides undergoes reduction in presence of lithium aluminium hydride with the 4 nascent hydrogen, what you get? CH3 CH2 CH2 NH2, that is propanamide. So conversion of ethyl chloride to propanamide by treating ethyl chloride with the cyanide so that it increases the carbon atom by 1 unit, ascent of series. After the reduction of cyanide, you will get respective amine. Okay, now let us move on to the second conversion. So here also you take benzyl chloride. Okay, since it is alkyl halide, it also undergoes nucleophilic substitution with the potassium cyanide with the elimination of KCl. What you get? C6H5 CH2Cn, benzyl cyanide. So when it undergoes reduction in presence of lithium aluminium hydride with the 4 nascent hydrogen, C6H5 CH2 CH2 NH2, 2-phenyl ethanamine. 2-phenyl ethanamine or beta phenyl ethylamine is the common name. 2-phenyl ethanamine is the IUPAC name. Conversion of benzyl chloride to 2-phenyl ethanamine by treating it with potassium cyanide followed by the reduction. So increased by 1 carbon here, ascent of series. Okay, now let us move on to the last one, that is 13.3 solved question. 13.3 in text solved question. So in which the first question is, what is the first question? Write the structure and the IUPAC name of the amide which gives propanamine. You need to write the structure and the IUPAC name where it can give propanamine. So propanamine it has to give by Hofmann bromamide degradation reaction. You have to convert the amide to propanamine by Hofmann bromamide reaction. For that you have to write the structure and the IUPAC name of the amide. So in Hofmann bromide degradation reaction, during the conversion of amide to amine, there is a decrease in the number of carbon atom by 1 unit. So but what the product we require? Propanamine. So which containing 3 carbon atoms. Then amide must contain 4 carbon atoms. So then what is the structure? CH3CH2 CH2CONH2, 1 2 3 4, including the carbon atom of the CO group. Then what is the IUPAC name? Butanamide. Butanamide is the IUPAC name. Butanamide is the IUPAC name. Now what is the second question? Second question is that, so the amine produced by, what is the amine produced when the benzenamide undergoes Hofmann bromamide degradation reaction? So what happens when benzenamide, I have already given this in an example. So what happens when benzenamide undergoes Hofmann bromide degradation reaction? You remove CO and what you get? Aniline. You'll get aniline. Aniline is the IUPAC name, or you can also write it as benzenamine. So benzenamine is the IUPAC name of the product or the amine which is formed when benzenamide undergoes Hofmann-Bromamide degradation reaction. Hofmann-Bromamide degradation reaction. So this is about the questions in your NCERT text. And in the next class, let us start with the physical and the chemical properties of amines. Okay, thank you.